But my favourite are the animal facts. The animal facts are just, I think, incredible. This is from a website called Deb and Jen's World of Knowledge, okay? And I want you to think about the people who put this up, okay? They're not just the fact, but who did it and why they did it. What were they thinking? Okay. Number one, you can lead a cow upstairs, but not down. Thanks very much. I looked into that. It's true. A cow will go upstairs, but they won't go downstairs because the way their joints don't oppose. But I think of the poor bastard who found that out the hard way. Come on, Daisy. Down you go. I don't go downstairs. Come on. No, I don't go downstairs. I'm away with joints. I don't care about your joints. My wife's coming home from work in 5 fucking minutes. Get down the stairs. You thought, yeah, I've got to tell other people about this. Number 2. Stroking a spider can cause it to go bald. Thanks. 1, what sort of maniac goes around stroking spiders? Dracula's assistant? I don't know. 2, is that a problem in the arachnid world? Premature balding? Do they worry about that much? I thought they'd be loving it, wouldn't they? Being a skinhead, they're so fucking hard. Yeah. Got all the legs, all the eyes, the teeth. Fuck it, I'm bald. Who cares? Yeah. Adds to it. I like it more. Yeah. But no, apparently it's a big problem. You stroke a little spider, he goes, oh, fucking hell. He runs back to the web, and all the other spiders go, what are you wearing a baseball cap for? Fashion. Bit weird. Nah, it's just fashion. We'll take it off in the web. Nah, I'll just keep it on. Bit cold. Cold? We're in a cupboard under the sink. It's boiling. Nah, take it off. No, take it off. Oh. Have you been letting a human stroke you? Leave this fucking web. Number 3. Polar bears will sometimes cover their black nose during a hunt to camouflage themselves more completely. It's a good idea, isn't it? Because apart from the old nose, they're perfectly camouflaged. They're white, the snow's white. So they're sneaking up on a little Arctic hare. And they get there, and the Arctic hare, he turns round, the polar bear goes... But how did they find that out? Because that's behavioural. All the polar bears sitting around one night going, I'm starving. Every time I sneak up on a little hare, he looks round and he hops off. It's like he can see me. I can't work it out. Little voice, little hare goes, I can tell you. Can you see us? Well, I can see where you are and how many there are of you. Really? How? You'll kick yourself. Now, go on. Tell us. Your nose is black. The nose, it's black. Oh. Cheers. Can you see us now? No? Thank you. My favourite fact. Okay. Number 4. Montana mountain goats will sometimes butt heads so hard that their hooves fall off. Can that be true? That's amazing. So there's two there. They're looking at a female goat. One goes, I like her. And the other goes, yeah, I'm probably going to mate with her. Well, no, I saw her first. That's not how it works. How does it work? We have to run at each other really hard and crack heads. Is that safe? Oh, yeah. Okay, go. Oh! Ow! Ow! Oh! Look! Yeah. Yours all right? Yeah. I grip on impact. Did you know about this? Why didn't you tell me? Mortal enemies? Never mind that. My fucking feet are falling off. One more amazing fact. Elephants have been caught swimming up to 2 miles off the coast in the Indian Ocean. That's amazing. I didn't know they liked to swim. I certainly didn't think they could swim 2 miles out to sea. But it's the language this person uses. Have been caught swimming. Like it's illegal. Says the Coast Guard. Morning. 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 Phone rings. Ring, ring. Hello. They're doing what? No, I'll be there. That's me in a little boat. I'm not jacking a bloke off behind me. I'm just... No. What are you doing? Nothing. It's not nothing, is it? What's that? Beach ball? Tell me what you're doing. Don't look at him. What are you doing? Swimming. Yeah, you are. Do you know how far off coast you are? 2 miles. Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know you're not meant to do this, don't you? Don't cry. But if you know you're not meant to do it, I've told you loads of times, why are you doing it again? I forgot. Get in the fucking boat. Thanks very much. Good night. Thank you. Fun and educational. I am trying to educate myself more. I've reached that age where I need knowledge. I feel guilty about not knowing enough. You know, I had a good education, but I didn't make the most of it, I think. And I've even stopped watching trash TV. Now, when I'm at home, I watch hours and hours of Discovery Channel and History Channel. Hours, Discovery Channel, History Channel. Ask me anything about sharks and Nazis. Round of applause there for... They're not as bad as a lot of people make out. Sharks, I mean. Nazis, awful. Right? Sharks, brilliant. Amazing creature, okay? It can hone in on a floundering fish, right? See the vibrations that it picks up through electrical impulses, through sensors in its flank. It doesn't need its eyes, but contrary to popular belief, their eyes are very good, okay? But it can smell and taste the slightest human secretion of blood and sweat, 1 part in a billion from a mile away. A shark would have found Anne Frank like that. Nazis, rubbish. I've been to her house. It's tiny. Every day they went in. OK, let's move on. Sarge, can we look upstairs today? No, there's no one down here. Move on. Sarge, what's that tapping? She had time to write a book, for Christ's sake. Well, it ends a bit abruptly and no sequel. Lazy. No, but... Not a traditional subject for comedy, the old Holocaust. But I will say something about the Holocaust, and I'm sticking my neck out here, but in my opinion, I blame Adolf Hitler. He was the ringleader. Old Adolf. That name's died out, hasn't it? He killed that dead, didn't he? No one's calling their kid Adolf nowadays. No little Adolfs going to school. Loads of Brads and Angelinas, but no... Look, you don't hear the teacher doing the register. Brad here, Angelina here, Adolf here. I do that quick so no one can take a picture of me doing that. No, but people make excuses for him. People say... oh, he was stupid, he was easily led, he didn't mean that. What do you mean he didn't mean that? They say, oh no, he was influenced by the political philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, right? Because Nietzsche wrote this paper talking about a Superman. He said, not all men are born equal. And Hitler misinterpreted this and went way too far with it. And think of that. You're a great scholar, you've done this work, and you get a call from the Führer. And the Führer goes, all right, Nietzsche. He goes, yeah, good, what do you want? He goes, just read your book. What do you think? Love it. Love all that. Man and Superman, not everyone's equal, kill all the Jews. Sorry? Not everyone's equal, so kill all the Jews. I didn't write that. I read between the lines. I didn't mean that. That's terrible. You haven't been killing... You haven't been killing Jewish people, have you? What? Have you been killing Jewish people? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. A few. How many? 6 million. 6 million? That's all. I won't do any more. Leave it at 6. That's terrible. I won't do any more. Stay for dinner? Well, I will, but be careful in future. I will. Are you writing any other books? Well, I am, but I'm scared to tell you about it. I won't do anything. What's your new book called? My new book is called The Gypsies. Do we need them? Cheers. Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Stephen Merchant. Hello. Creators, writers, directors, star of The Office. If you're a fan of that show...
Who isn't?
Yeah, then you've got a treat coming up because it's the entire first series...
Well, if they're a fan, Rick, then they will have already bought the DVD and already seen the show.
Oh, no. Wait, let me finish. It's the entire first series, but with extra bits. We've got interviews of people, it's a retrospective, people talking about it, A-listers, chatting about why they think The Office is genius. Not my words, I do think it's brilliant. Yeah. Do you know my favourite thing in The Office?
Go on.
You?
Thought as much, yeah.
Yeah.
When I first saw The Office, I was struck by how original it was on a bunch of different levels. And I think upon first viewing, I thought, that's really great. And then upon my 38th viewing, realized how genius it was.
My first impression of The Office was that it was a masterpiece, and unfortunately, as time passed by, nothing interfered with that glow.
It was so fresh and new in terms of the style, and for me, it reminded me of a style of humor that I think in Spinal Tap, Chris Guest and those guys created. I saw that show and I was like, this is incredible.
When I first saw The Office, I thought, finally, there's something funny being done in the world.
I think the thing that I was most struck by is how original a character David Brent was. I've never seen a character in a movie or in television who is that obsessed with what people think of him. And I think a lot of the comedy comes from that. He's got way too much self-awareness.
I can have a joke and a laugh with the people who, you know, I'm supposed to have authority over, and they love me for it. And all that obviously is always, you love watching Brent, but you don't want to be Brent, you want to be Tim.
That didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because of my overwhelming charisma. Do you know what I mean? It happened because they wanted Tim to be the, you know, the kind of, I suppose, the emotional focus, or at least they wanted him to be the audience, yeah. And he was, you know.
Apparently they had a completely different idea when they were writing it of the sort of person that Gareth would be. He was supposed to be a much bigger, more macho kind of guy, and yeah, so I've heard that when I came in and auditioned, they changed their mind.
Because if you're genuinely physically scared of somebody, if it had like been Tim and Lee, that kind of character, then you just think, I think he's going to hit Tim. He's going to beat him up, you know. Whereas it's kind of Tim and Gareth, you think there's a man who thinks he's Napoleon.
Every single one of those characters is so perfectly cast and in a sort of new, informal way.
Hello, Random Hog.
And Dawn, just the perfect look, the perfect pitch. You know, not so fabulous that, of course, everyone will be in love with her, but you slowly fell in love with her while you watched her.
I've got kind of hot hands, sorry.
Right, just don't touch my head.
With Dawn, sometimes I wanted to give her a bit of a shake, you know, because she didn't pursue the guy that she really did want to. The camera is like another character in the office. It's a whole other member of our show, because it added so much depth, I think, to what people said and did.
Obviously, one of the key aspects of the show was the sort of documentary style, and that had sort of been born out of how we'd originally got it made, and we shot something in a little documentary style. And we did that because it was a very quick way of filming. You can get a lot done quickly in a documentary style. You've got to worry about the finesse. And then over time, we realised that the whole sort of documentary boom that was happening at the time, the sort of docu-soap, things like Driving School and the Airport programme, were throwing up these amazing characters who suddenly were acting in a very specific way because of the fact they were being filmed.
I think the most extraordinary thing about the documentary format, obviously, was Ricky's performance with the camera. That you had his ghastly behaviour, and then on top of the fact that he thought that his ghastly behaviour was absolutely excellent and cool and interesting and complicated.
To the stage where they could actually make it. That's what made it a success, that they knew exactly what they were doing.
We didn't want anything sexy or cool or rock and roll. It was all anti that.
The opening titles, they just blew me away. I remember first time I saw it. It was about.
One of the first things that Ricky ever did as the David Brent character, he had a couple of scenarios in his head that used to play out for me when we worked together. One of which was his character, his sort of seedy boss character, interviewing a woman and his slightly lascivious, lecherous manner, which is actually something we downplayed in Brent. Brent, in the original form, was a lot more seedy, perhaps, than he later became. But certainly that scene where he's interviewing the girl.
Brent doesn't think that that's creepy. He thinks that's romantic. He thinks he's a bit of a Lothario. He's thinking he's setting the mood for love. He doesn't think this is seedy or anything, does he? So he thinks she's going to go, "You're the most interesting man I've ever met." And you're handsome with your little beard.
One of the things is it's a great physical performance by Ricky. You know, I mean, obviously the gestures have now become slightly over well known, the tie and the looks to camera. But he does sometimes, every so often, he will do bigger stuff. He'll be when a woman's around, as opposed to the way he'll be when someone who he's frightened of will be around, some higher status person will be around.
Regular guys working in an office instead of a factory or being a mechanic. And what we did was we showed the difference between the two lads, but he knows it's wrong. And he knows this thing, sexism, he's heard of that, and he knows about misogyny, he knows all those things, he knows all the isms, he just doesn't really fully hate having a woman as a boss. Deep down he hates it. And he hates being undermined anyway by a woman. He hates being undermined by anyone in front of the camera. So it just, his world just implodes in that episode. One of the other themes in The Office is comedy itself. You know, you get a lot of things off your chest. We had a go at people just shouting catchphrases.
Ricky, leave
it? Props, just bringing in a funny thing.
I would have enjoyed watching Tim and Dawn and their journey because it didn't seem implausible and it didn't seem unreachable. They made it feel as if you could have these little things inside you, these little stories that can come out, rather than it being this glossy Hollywood love story where they all end up brilliantly happy, but everyone's unbelievably rich and beautiful and in, you know, sunny lands, and it doesn't feel like where we are, you know what I mean? And so I think I would have enjoyed seeing it play out.
For someone like me, the romantic drama, particularly of the great Christmas special, you know, is one of the great romantic comedies of all time, one of the great romantic stories of all time. I mean, I think the very best sitcoms have had profound things at the bottom of them. I suppose that's what makes them good.
All of my favourite shows have always had a sort of romantic strand in them, whether it be Northern Exposure or Moonlighting or Friends. And I think it's one of the reasons, one of the things we liked is the kind of soap opera feel that the best of those shows have. You know, soap opera not being a sort of a damning phrase at all, that actually there's something about watching from week to week and building an understanding of that world and caring about those characters that's very unique to television. And a lot of British comedies don't seem to do that enough, and it seems strange. You know, you're coming week after week, so you can draw people in. And so we were very keen to have that romantic thread, because we knew if we just kept going, it would just become the sort of beating heart of the show in a way.
The supporting cast were actors, but sometimes it just said in the script, man one, woman one. And we gave them all names anyway, just in case it popped up, because we wanted that realism. They came in every day, they were sat in their seats, and they'd really be typing. And then one thing in the script said, someone leaves a message on his answer phone, and it was Ewan, and he was just cracking us up.
Hello, I'll call you tomorrow.
One of our pet hates was exposition, where someone walks into a room and goes, Jonathan, you know your sister, the one that went to the Gambia, who's a doctor? Yeah. But we found out that we could do that with Keith. Because of his strange, laconic tone, he could remind the audience what had happened and what was embarrassing. So,
with me taking a bite into the Scotch egg, we're talking about watching peak practice. Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching peak practice with your life.
Yeah.
Not for me, I like it.
I'll just stay.
That was so good. That was so good. Something would put us off, or something would go, and one of us would always kind of crack and lose it, and we just couldn't get it right. We got through 3 or 4 Scotch eggs, and eventually they had to give me ones back that had a bite taken out of them because they didn't have enough bought for the number of takes it took. So a couple of times I had to disguise a bite that had already been taken out and go in again. Boring, isn't it? Just staying in watching peak practice with your life.
Yeah, it is.
Not for me, I like it.
Yeah, I just stayed in at a big...
It was one of the 400,000 scenes that we couldn't do in under 4 hours because it was just a lot of laughing, you know.
I was the worst corpser of all. Yeah, I mean, it's strange because my job is to try and make people laugh for my own amusement, but sometimes that goes wrong and I can see fear in their face. Or I found myself funny and I'd laugh and ruin a take. Also, even if you've written the lines, if they're funny, I still laugh.
What's the difference?
A dwarf is someone who has disproportionately short arms and legs.
I'm so sorry. What's the difference?
A dwarf is someone...
Fucking hell!
You can't help corpsing. You can't help. You can help putting people off and making them corpse. But if someone's finding something funny, you know, I celebrate that, really.
I thought I found a lump. I examine myself regularly. I get checked out. It's fine, but terrifying. Testicular cancer. Cancer of them old testicles. What's that?
Oh, that was a great one.
We'll do it again.
Please.
We'll do it again. Damn!
Steve came over once in the office and said, Rick, it's like making your own TV show isn't interesting enough for you. You've got to have other things going on. And so I do, you know, I multitask. I try and get something in the can, and I try and ruin the tape for my own amusement.
Action! 9.99 pure silk, so I had to snap it up. OK.
He can't stand to do the same take twice, and so he would change something about it every time.
Action! And Wally Burton, 2 for 10 quid, so I went, yes, please.
Something would have to be different, and that was the thing that would crack you up.
Action! And, you know, Deaf Nobby Burton, who comes around with a case, 2 for...
Why are you making it harder for yourself?
OK, I'm sorry. OK, I'll just say Nobby Burton, who comes around with a case. 2 for 10, I've got 4.
I think sometimes he'll improvise an idea that will amuse him and that will amuse someone else. And now Ricky thinks, right, OK, I've got them now. And then he will just keep going. He just thinks, well, this, for my own amusement, even though we're making a TV show, the clock's ticking, we're losing money, and we've got to get it on BBC Two, he's thinking, no.
That probably contributed to making it so funny as well, because it was so fresh. Each one of those takes that finally got into the series was unique.
I've only just reached a point where I can watch it now and enjoy it and not really be thinking about how it was made or what he was doing that day that was terribly annoying. Now I start to see it, I think, for the first time as audiences do, and I can't remember some of the episodes, I can't remember some of the scripts. Jokes amuse me now for the first time, and so I've just got to a point where I can sort of see it and enjoy it. And now I feel more proud perhaps than I did then, because I really feel excited when I see a little clip of it somewhere, because it just feels such a three-dimensional world. I think that's the thing you're always trying to chase as a writer, is a world in which people believe those characters exist and that somewhere they're out there, and that, I think, you know, is its sort of greatest, for me at least, our greatest achievement.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got fond memories of everything from meeting Steve to
Thanks, mate.
winning the Golden Globes, you know.
What I think really, you know, has changed American television is that by bringing over an American version of The Office and really staying true to the tone of the original, and then it becoming a success in America, has totally revitalized comedy on television in the States.
I keep it on in my house sometimes just for comfort. I just keep it on. I'm not even necessarily watching it. I'm just sort of listening to it because I find it comforting to... That sounds weird. Yeah, I keep my pants on.
Staggered at how successful The Office has been worldwide, and I think that what I love about it the most is that the characters are essentially the same in the remade shows. Brent is still Brent, and Tim and Dawn still Tim and Dawn, Gareth still Gareth, even though the names aren't the same. The characters essentially are...
At one time or another, every bloke in the office is woken up at the crack of dawn.
What?
Lâche réceptionniste. Ça va? Oh oui, oh, viens. Anne, viens. Oh oui, viens, Anne. Oh, viens.
À la camita.
Il est chiant, il arrête pas de me mettre du fromage partout dans mes affaires.
Pero mire, pero ¿cómo voy a desperdiciar comida, hombre, por Dios? ¿Pero cuánta gente puede alimentar?
I thought I found a lump.
Realmente me encontré un poroto, una cuestión re fea.
Cancer des testicules. Mes pauvres petites testicules. C'est quoi?
I look back and there was that romance with writing our first sitcom, you know. But I couldn't be proud of The Office. I honestly couldn't be proud of The Office, even if it hadn't won any awards and hadn't done. You know, I think that I was proud when we'd finished writing it. I knew that we'd done our best, and it's the first time I've ever tried my hardest at anything as well.
There was nothing really about that job, the entire job, that was not very enjoyable, especially in hindsight, because you come away and you do lots of other jobs. I've done lots of jobs before and lots of jobs since. And as always, you don't fully appreciate things when they're going on, you know. You forget that, this isn't all going to be as much fun as this, you know.
I haven't worked on anything that was such a joy to work on since. I've worked on some great stuff and had a great time, but there was something very special about that, about working on that, and we knew it.
That particular job was full of nice people, funny people, smart people, and people that I was glad to see every day. and sorry when that ended.
I'm still proud of it to this day, and, you know, people ask me about it the whole time, and I'm always happy to answer their questions, because it was a very important part of my life, and still is.
My biggest ambition from a young age was to write, honestly, was to write and be involved with a sitcom that would be thought of, you know, fondly, and possibly even amongst, you know, the sort of much-loved sitcoms. And I feel like to some degree we've achieved that, and so now I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my life. Now I've got to sort of recalibrate my expectations. Now I'm just filling up the hours before I die. That's why I'm here today. That's not gloomy, is it?
Well, you got voiceover work, though, haven't you?
I've got some voiceover work, yeah. I've got some voiceover work. Barclays.
Sell out. But what have we got to be oppressed about?
Me and you?
What's our issue?
No.
I mean, you've got Jewish. I haven't even got that.
Yeah, right. What's your thing?
Nothing. I'm a white, middle-class bloke from England. I get annoyed at people eating too loudly, or a waiter not looking at me immediately, you know, or...
Asking somebody the time and they go, you know, like they're doing you a big favour.
Really annoys me.
Yeah.
And also, if there's two people and you bump into each other,
Yeah.
right, it's equal. We weren't looking either. I go sorry, they go,
Yeah.
well, hold on,
Yeah,
it's the same
exactly.
for
Yeah, you
both
hit
of
me
us.
too, I
What
know.
are you doing?
I know.
Yeah. And that makes my blood boil, which is
Right.
weird. That's
Right.
all I've got.
Yeah.
No one's dying, no one's starving, I haven't got any fatal diseases, but a waiter's got the television on too loud, and he's not even, well, it's not for you, you know, and barman have the television on. I was just getting to the age where I could ask, right? When you hit sort of like 36, you can go into a pub and say, can we have that telly off, mate?
Yeah.
Right? Then I became famous, and now I can't again. So I have to sit there and see it, because I don't want anyone to go,
Right.
oh, look, oh, he's changed.
Yes, yeah,
You know?
exactly. People really want to say that too.
Before it was, they're going to go, a bloke came into the room and he wasn't polite. Now they're going to say, Ricky Gervais came into the room, and they can pinpoint who that person is.
Oh, well, it affects your tipping, that's for sure. Yeah.
And what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you up the tip?
I got to double it, you know.
But where does it stop with you? You give him $10, they could go, $10 is nothing to you.
Yes, I know. See, that's the thing.
Obviously, everyone knew who Larry David was from Seinfeld, but many people couldn't put a face to the name. After the first season of Curb, how did it change? You know, when your picture was suddenly appearing in the paper as well. How did that feel?
It actually was. It felt good. I'm just talking about just walking around and going shopping. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because people seem to be enthusiastic about the show, and they seem to like me. It's kind of fun. It's like the world seems to be a friendlier place for me. It gives me more freedom.
Right.
Once I know people know who I am, it gives me a lot of license and freedom to behave in ways I normally wouldn't behave.
So it was actually liberating for you.
Yeah.
I took the other route, and that I was suddenly very self-conscious, much more than I'd ever been. I end up just not going out in public. I mean, I'm very nearly Howard Hughes. Don't you think it's weird for people to know, they think they know everything about you? I don't think we're meant to be recognised, are we, really?
But people really love and respect you, so when they come up to you and they say something to you...
It's always nice. It's
nice,
as good as it
yeah,
gets. Imagine if they hated you when you were famous.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
But I
That's
think
what I'm
that's
saying. You know, I was on a show in the early 80s, first show, and I just bought this convertible, and I took it out of the showroom. It was a Fiat convertible, and I put the top down, and I'm starting to make a little money, and I'm on this TV show, and I'm driving down Santa Monica Boulevard. I pull up at a light, and some guy yells out from the bus stop, "Your show stinks!"
Oh.
Put the top up.
Yeah.
And never put the top down again. That was it. Got rid of the convertible. Contrasted with that, this is a hoot for me. I was in Florida last week, and I was standing outside of a restaurant waiting for somebody, and a guy came up to me and said, "Are you alone? Do you want to come join me for dinner? I'm with my wife." I said, "No, that's okay, thank you."
Yeah.
But it's sweet, you know.
Yeah, well, it is very sweet. It's just that, what do you say? You have to say, I can't.
I want to say, you've watched the show. Do you? If
you
you came up to that guy on the show, do you think he would want to go sit and have dinner with a stranger? Think about it.
When do I start? Oh, he said it'll just be a couple minutes.
So you don't want me to
to start, is that it? It's a couple minutes. You don't mind, do you? I just think it's kind of weird. I mean, if you got your food come first, I would say go ahead and start. What do I care? Well, I would wait for you to get yours. I really wouldn't want you to wait. I'd be uncomfortable if you waited. Well, I'd feel it would be polite to wait for your food to arrive. I think it's kind of impolite to prevent a person who's hungry from eating. Yeah, but we're supposed to be having lunch together. I mean, that's
we are having
bought.
lunch. What's the difference? Do we have to start at the exact same time? I don't get that.
Well, I don't see why you can't wait 2 seconds for your cold sandwich. It's not like it's even hot.
Well, I don't see why you care if I take a bite of my food. How does that bother you?
Because we're having lunch together.
So what?
The two of us.
I came from sort of nowhere, so there was like a mad sort of interest, a mad frenzy, and that gave me the creeps. The interviews, just, you know, you get bored with talking about yourself. Some of them are banal.
I cringe every time I read anything, any interview. I cringe from it. Cringe. Because there's rarely a rapport with anybody who's talking to me. They don't listen even to what you're saying. They'll ask their question, and then they're waiting for you to give your answer, and then they ask their next question. It's never a conversation. It's always, you know what I mean? It's always
this. They do this. They go, are there ever times when you just, you know, don't like what you've done?
Right, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. You obviously...
That's exactly it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Go right to the next one.
And the other one is, they go to that and go, okay. I want to go, you're not giving me anything.
I know. I say to him sometimes, put that away, talk to me. You know,
You want to hear, that's an amazing answer.
Yeah, right.
So, where did you meet Jerry?
Yeah. Now, the other thing I have a hard time with is going on shows, talk shows and stuff like that. I only see a downside to it. I see me blurting something out, some faux pas that'll destroy me, you know. Like if I had something booked like a month from now, the whole month would be ruined for me. I tried to get out of something today.
Not this.
No, not this. No, not this. I'm supposed to do this thing in New York. They called me a year ago and I said no. And then I said, call me next year, just to get out, get out of it. Call me next year. Never thinking next year's going to come and there'll be a call. So, of course, they called me, and you know, I said, oh, okay. And now it's coming up, and it's on my mind. So I called up to, I said, I put on my funereal voice, I am so sorry. I cannot, I'm sorry. I cannot do it. I've got a lot of problems right now. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And for 15 minutes, I told how sorry I was, okay? Okay, made me feel so guilty, then called me back. I just spoke to my boss. You have to do this, you know. I said, all right, okay. You know, so now I'm doing it. And now the next 2 months are ruined for me. Yeah, it's true. Because I will never have a day now where I don't think about having to go and do that now. Not one day. I won't have one day for the next 2 months. I'm serious. That's all I'm going to think about.
Everything's ruined.
Yeah.
You just forget about it for a while and you have a lovely meal. Then little adrenaline rush. You go, oh.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, now it's only a month away. Yeah. Am I all profile in this interview? I feel like I'm all profile. You seeing the whole big nose, the whole thing, huh?
Now, are you being funny there?
No.
Do you know you're being funny all the time? Were you funny as a kid?
No, not especially.
No?
I don't think I was. No. I would do stuff for the family, little, you know, performance kind of stuff, Elvis and stuff like that. You know, I'd come in and do Elvis. But I wasn't witty, I don't think.
I think you have to be a certain age to be funny.
Yeah.
So few people under 30 are funny.
You have to discover when you're inadequate in order to be funny. And
Absolutely.
You don't know you're inadequate
Who
when
wants
you're
to
a kid.
see feasibly good-looking, clever, popular people doing things brilliantly?
Absolutely.
Who cares?
Yeah. I started to become funny when I realized I was inferior and inadequate.
Mine was when I got fat.
Well,
Really,
same deal. Yeah, who's an audience going to laugh at? The guy who gets up on stage and talks about how he got the girl, or the guy who's telling the funny story about how he didn't get the girl? Come on.
You can't give yourself a cool role. We've got to be the putts.
He'll be all right, though, won't he? Of course he'd be all right. Okay. I didn't buy the controversy, really, with the Golden Globes. I think that was the press just keeping it going. Because who was really offended? Who did I really offend, you know?
I was there. I think you offended quite a few people.
And there's so many stupid people on Twitter. It's great. Yeah. Someone said, hey, you're worth 80 million, but you haven't had your teeth fixed. And I sent back, when you're this rich, you get your butler to chew your food.
All right, clock again. Robert De Niro.
Oh, are you looking at me?
All right, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll be back.
Winston Churchill.
Oh, I'll fight them on the beaches, I will.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, look at these.
All right,
Is it true, the story about getting the call from Stephen Hawking?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I did. I got a call from this guy.
How'd you know it was him?
But when you come to the United States, are you nervous about traveling these days, for example?
Well, I'll tell you what, the first time, I was a bit apprehensive coming to the States this time. A couple of reasons, really. The first one is, I mean, obviously, since the war in Iraq, it's not good to be in America with a French name.
Oh.
I have got French blood.
Really? Is that right?
I don't like them either, though. I just want to make... No.
Do you watch Doctor Who?
I don't know. Killed that one, didn't it? Is that really all you had?
You've lost a lot of weight.
Thank you.
How have you done it? Tell me a secret.
Steroids and AIDS.
How long is your... I'm not asking how long is... I'm not...
7 inches.
All right, well, listen.
Here's one you tweeted of Jane. Jane thought she'd made a new friend, but it was just a shadow. Jane thinking about making new friends. This one is, Jane is looking so happy because her new friend hasn't walked away yet.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever done while you were drunk?
Oh, where does... No, I just thought of one. I don't know if it's dumbest. I knew you'd have a good answer for this. I weed on my girlfriend once. No, let me explain.
There had to be a few words at home after you posted this one. Just found this photo of Jane when she was little. You must have given her a gift after that.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I can't believe this. You had a birthday, and is it 50 years old? You're not 50 years old. Are you really 50 years old?
50, yeah.
I mean, you look tremendous. You look like you're 35. If somebody had said to me, how old? I said 35. 35, honestly. You look exactly like you did the first time, except you're in better shape. Remember you used to come out, you're sort of pear-shaped when you come out? Now you look great. You
didn't
good.
say that at the time, though, did you?
No, I didn't know what to think.
Well, no. You said, well, you look good now because I looked awful before. That's all you're saying. No, I needed you to say it before. You're pear-shaped. I'd have worked out faster. No. But now...
But how do you feel at 50? Good, right?
Well, yeah. I'm grumpier. I think I'm grumpier.
Grumpier?
Yeah. I understand you a lot more now. Do you know what I mean? No.
What's a body part you're most proud of on yourself?
It's probably my second penis. No.
Wow. 2 of them. Wow.
My next brother's like 11 years older, then 12. My sister's 12 years older, and my older brother's like 13 years older. I remember asking my mum why that was. I was about 11, eating my cornflakes, and I said, Mum, why are my brothers and sisters so much older than me? And she said, because you were a mistake. Just like that.
Do you think maybe at 60 it'll get even worse?
I don't know, because you said I looked better than I did at 40.
Oh, you look much better than you did when I first met you.
So if this carries on, if you looked at a graph, I'd look like Johnny Depp when I'm about 70.
That's right. Yeah. Call me when that happens.
Because you've never been to Australia.
It's too far. And what? This guy here, right?
No, don't. That's a beloved
Look,
American.
If you keep sitting with your legs like that, I'm going to get you some tickets to a Broadway show.
Thank you.
I can't move it because I'll crush the sloth. Right, you're.
Is that a sex thing?
That's a
Crushing
sex
the
thing,
sloth?
yes, it is.
Yeah, all right.
You're a, what is he? A gay robot skeleton?
Skeleton, yeah.
Right, I
That's
can
right.
see he's a skeleton, see he's a robot. His name's Jeff. But what have you done that's gay? What's
Why
the
don't you
gayest
come over
thing?
here and I'll show you?
And this policeman comes out with a mirror on the end of a stick, and he looks under the van like that. And as he's doing it, his helmet falls off, and 20 cigarettes fell out. And the copper looked at Bob and sort of went, he went, I bet you've always wondered what we kept under our helmets. And Bob went, I knew it wasn't fucking brains.
I thought some of these cat pictures actually were quite convincing.
Yeah,
you.
That's good.
That's one. That's a good one. It's the next one. Let's see. Let's keep going. And then, oh, that's a nice one. Then there's three. There's another one right here. And I like that a lot. Look at that. That's fantastic. I didn't see that one. Oh, my God.
I just wondered if there was a gag you thought, oh, no, that's gone a bit far.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Most of them.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, if you think the things I say are terrible, think of the things I think.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Listen, I'm with you with this God thing. Like, as in atheism. I mean, but there's a bit of you thinks, you know, what if it is true? What do you do when you meet God?
Well, forgive me.
Will he?
Yeah, and it's his fault. Why did he make me an atheist?
You blame Johnny Depp for ruining your hair.
No, I played a tiny prostitute part in Public Enemies for a day.
You don't mean a dwarf prostitute?
There's not even any water here. Can I have a drink of water?
Unfortunately, on the
Oh,
new
you've
BBC...
got some?
Well,
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I bought this myself. You have to buy your own out of BBC.
Look at you.
That's £1. You want that as £1 I want from you.
Yeah.
That's £1. OK, let's do an interview.
I never knew you were this weird.
Really?
No, because you kept it... We worked together for a couple of days. And
I know.
You're absolutely mental.
In a nice way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so...
I eat and drink too much every night, and then I go to the gym, and everything aches, though, because I run, my knees gone, my shoulders
You've got to
gone.
use that machine now.
Oh, everything's gone.
No, this machine.
Yeah.
The frog leg machine.
Yeah.
That's the one I do now because it doesn't hurt my knees. I have to do that.
Yeah, I've got to be so careful.
Yeah, you have to getting older. We're the same age. I know.
I know. And
Oh, yes, yes.
I've had 5 years of the finger.
Yeah.
I've had 5 years of the finger now.
Well, you started late. You start in America. You start 40.
No.
Yeah. You start.
No,
40.
the testicles sort of go out the end of the 40s. Then you're out of that danger, and then the 50s start the old. So now.
That's the exact noise mine makes.
Yeah,
well.
Right, okay. Talking about being recognised in Italian restaurants, being recognised when you're having that done is great. So I was having it done once, and it was a doctor, right? And he'd done all the things. He goes, do you want me to test your prostate? And I said, yeah, fine. He said, do you need a chaperone? I went, no, fine. He went, okay. So he does that, and he went, big fan, by the way. We have these reality game shows, Nick. There's so many of them, and you're getting...
With celebrities and stuff?
Well, celebrities, you say celebrities, but now they've done so many that it's like siblings of celebrities and next-door neighbours of celebrities and, you know, sons and daughters of celebrities. And there was one in particular, and I was talking to Carl, and I said, the thing is with him, I said, he's only famous because of who his dad was. And Carl said, yeah, but you could say the same about Jesus.
Hello, Tiny Tim.
Hello. Oh.
I bet it looks even worse from that angle.
Keep going. Right.
See?
Yeah, no.
I never knew you were this weird.
Really?
No, because you kept it. We worked together for a couple of days. And
I know.
You're absolutely mental.
In a nice way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so... I feel sorry for them, right? No, I do. Particularly fat women, because fat is a feminist issue. Men get fat and we just go, fuck it, all bought and paid for, you know. We don't come under the same constraints of society, whereas women are inundated with images of how you should be, size 0 models, this diet, that diet, look like this, keep your man. And they make such an effort, don't they, fat girls? They've always got lovely hair, aren't they? They're always having their hair done. They've got lovely hair. Always got lovely hair. Always got those lovely false nails, haven't they? They make an effort. Anything but jogging, right? They love high heels, don't they? They think it makes their legs look less... It doesn't. It just... You can just hear them coming now. I don't want any fat people to feel uncomfortable at one of my gigs, so next time, buy 2 seats. I'm joking. I'm joking. Shut up. On Twitter that day, I trended. I wasn't even there. Nothing to do with me. Because people were saying, what would Ricky Gervais have said? What would have happened to Ricky Gervais? Well, nothing. And I said this live. I said nothing would happen to me because I wouldn't have told a joke about his wife's hair. I'd have told a joke about her boyfriend, and that was the joke. But someone from the press was in, and then that got put in the press, so I trended again. So I try and keep my mouth shut unless it's work, like a gig. And all these people say, no, it was joking about... Someone said it was joking about her disability. Well, I'm going a bit thin, so I'm disabled. That means I can park right up next to Tesco's now. And I'm fat. That's a disease, isn't it? I'm fat and balding. I am. I should get fucking benefit. But actors aren't just loved here in Hollywood, they are loved the world over because they're recognisable. You can be anywhere. You could be in the third world, okay, and you get a glimpse of a Hollywood star and it makes you feel better, okay? You could be a little child, a little Asian child with no possessions and no money, but you see a picture of Angelina Jolie and you think, oh, Mummy. Thank you. Let's get on with it before NBC replaced me with Jay Leno.
For everybody, you went to the Achilles heel of everybody. Like when you tell a woman who's, that it's, she looks old, that just hits a woman deep in the...
Who did I say that to?
I think you said something about the Sex and the City women, like about...
I said it was airbrushed, and I said, we know how old you are, girls. I saw one of you in an episode of Bonanza. No, I was saying, why lie? There's nothing wrong with being 50 or looking 50.
But you're not a woman. I get you.
I don't think you lose your sensuality at 50.
But as I say, I'm going to be nice tonight. I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but... Welcome to my show. It's not a show. There's no dancers or jugglers. It's basically a bloke talking, which is essentially what stand-up comedy is, isn't it? A bloke talking. Sexist. What about all the funny female comedians? Like, No. Right. No. I'm not doing that. Okay, right. That was irony, okay? There's going to be a bit of that throughout the show. See if you can spot it, okay? Now, that's when I say something I don't really mean for comic effect, and you as an audience, you laugh at the wrong thing because you know what the right thing is. It's a way of satirising attitudes. Like that first joke, I used the old-fashioned sexist trope that women aren't funny. Now, in real life, I know there are loads of funny women. Like, I did it again. Well spotted. Good. No, but there are. Dame Edna Everage. She's... Eddie Izzard. She's brilliant, isn't she? She's not only a great comedienne, she's also a great actress, isn't she? She was brilliant in that thing as that man.
I was really bad in love till you rise, yeah. Now I can see in color why it was great. Yeah, you're where I was looking, and never was looking, yeah. Believe that I was here on my own.
I saw a documentary back in England about this woman who was £350 because she ate 10 burger and fries a day. That'll do it. 10 separate meals of burger and fries. 10 separate trips to McDonald's, right? In a cab. Oh, didn't even walk that. Wasted calories, okay? So, to stop her eating these meals, they wired her jaw together. So she liquidized 10 burger and fries a day. Now she's on burger smoothies. Now she's not even chewing. That used up 3 calories. So lo and behold, she gets fatter. So they admitted her to have that thing done where you staple your stomach together. And she's sitting there in hospital, looking all depressed. Well, you can't eat for an hour before an operation, can you? Lank hair, smock. Christ knows where they got that, right? And she said, it's a really dangerous procedure, but it's the only option left. 1, jogging. You don't even walk. Right. Salad. You don't like the taste. 3, 9 burger and fries a day. It's a start, isn't it? It's a starter to her. Jesus. We have some fat people in Britain, but you, like everything else, are the gold medalists of that as well. Right? You'd win that in the Olympics. I saw this episode of Jerry Springer. It was called Jerry Springer Saves the World's Fattest Man. You've got to watch that. So he's there going, okay, let's try and save this guy's life. He's got a heart of gold as well. He's like me, right? So it cut to this guy at home in his house. They couldn't bring him to the studio. They had a camera crew there. And I say house, he was in a trailer, obviously. And he was. He was like a big blob on the bed. He sort of filled the trailer. He looked like an uncooked souffle. And you could just see like his eyes in this doughy mess. And he was going, I don't want to die, Jerry. I don't want to die. And I felt sorry for him. I got over that. And I said, how much do you weigh? And he weighed 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds. Now, my point is this. When he weighed himself one day and he was, say, 500 pounds, didn't he think then that was a lot? Didn't he go, that's a lot? For a human. For what is essentially a land mammal, that's a lot. I'll only have 8 breakfasts today. The other one is when, you know there's a terrorist attack. It's good intel, it's going to happen.
Okay. My brother, his best friend, works for the CIA. And he got this information from the highest source possible that there's going to be a terrorist attack this weekend in L.A. Yeah.
If there's going to be a terrorist attack, you should leave.
Right.
But Cheryl's got this event.
Right.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah, you got to get out of here.
Actually, this weekend is a big NRDC benefit that we've been working on for months, and Alanis Morissette is going to be there. I mean, I'm thinking out loud.
Why don't we call the terrorists and ask them, could they pick another weekend that's more suited for you?
No, but postpone the benefit. Let's get out of here.
I thought I'd never say this, but Larry's right.
And it absolutely sums it up, where Larry He says the thing that's on his mind. It might not be the right thing to express, but he's totally right morally.
Well, maybe, maybe I can go.
And where are you going to go?
Could go golfing at Pebble Beach. Eh?
Why do I have to go down with her?
Yeah, why is it all the burden on you to stay to her event? Why didn't she come with you and not be killed?
Right.
Surely it'd be better to not be killed together.
She has the option of coming
She has
with
the
me.
option.
Yeah.
You've given her the option.
Yeah.
She can't see that.
If you feel good about one of us dying and the other one surviving, and you can live with that for the rest of, then you should go golf this weekend.
I'll think about it.
The one thing about that scene that I should mention that's interesting is that was completely made up on the spot. That wasn't even in the script at all.
The idea of staying back.
Yeah, that wasn't in the script at all. What happened was when Wanda leaves the house at that moment, and the two of us are left on the couch, the scene was supposed to end there, and nobody, the director didn't yell cut.
Lovely.
Again, it's the bad thought.
It's the bad thought.
That usually goes unexpressed.
Yeah. With the writing process then, presumably you storyboard the whole trajectory and individual episodes, and then how does it get from the idea to screen?
You know, I walk around with a little pad, and whenever I get an idea, I jot it down. And then I have another book where I take all the ideas and I put them in another book.
In your best handwriting?
In my best handwriting, yeah. So before I write a show, I'll just, look in the books, and then I'll think, oh, that would be funny to do with that. Oh, those two ideas really would work well together.
And so what would a typical script say?
Laura, bring me in a script.
Oh, fantastic.
Huh? I don't care. Bring me in anything. Bring me in something from, not this season. Bring me in something from season 4. And, so I'll take 2 or 3 ideas and kind of put them together and build a story. Okay, so this is from the show, the carpool lane when I picked up the prostitute.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use the carpool lane by myself, because I don't want to. Well, that's the difference between you and me. All right, goodbye.
Hey, Daddy, you want a date with Mama?
Get in the car.
Larry and Monine are zipping along in the express lane. Larry tells her he doesn't want any sex, but he'll pay her for a time. She's never been paid for a time before. And she tries to figure out how many blowjobs and other forms of sex she'd normally have within that period, which Larry, of course, disputes. So, there's tracks to go on here.
Exactly. I can get 4 blowjobs an hour.
4 blowjobs in an hour?
Oh, yes, I'm good, okay?
Hey, I drove a cab. I used to drive around for 2 hours. I couldn't get a fare. You telling me you're getting 4 blowjobs in an hour?
Yes, honey, you done picked up the best. Honey, I got a red snapper that talks to you.
You know what it's saying? I'm charging way too much.
There's actually more there than I imagined, because it's like you're laying down the jokes, really. You're laying down the structure and the tram lines for the humour.
Yes.
And then do you pretty much know what you're going to get by the end of it?
You know, if you've auditioned the actors, you've seen it at the audition, so you're confident that you'll get it, and you normally do. Is any of your shows improvised?
Very little.
You see, that's what's so great about it, because it looks like it is.
You know, it's all about writing and casting, isn't it? And in your show, how do you know these people can do that? Because you're asking so much of them, aren't you?
The lesson I've learned is always audition, so you're confident that you'll get it, and you normally do. But sometimes we give out parts to a known actor.
Great seeing you.
Bye, Christine.
Bye, guys.
Why don't you come up front?
I'm okay.
Come on up front.
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you serious?
Yeah, why? What's the difference?
Larry, I'm not going to drive you around like I'm your chauffeur. Get in the fucking front seat, all right?
You're not driving me around like I'm a chauffeur with 2 minutes from the rehearsal hall.
You know, what kind of person asks another person to drive them around like this? This kind of mentality is what's...
Well, what kind of person is so insecure that they have to make somebody move into the front seat so they don't think that they're driving somebody around?
No, the kind of person that's so insecure that needs to be driven around in the back seat, subliminally telling me that you need me to drive you around.
Leave my seat. Go into the front seat.
Because I asked you to sit in the front seat of my car, and it's my car, and it's my car. I make the rules, okay?
What is this going to be cut down to?
About an hour.
An hour? You're kidding. It's an hour?
It's a difficult question for you. I love Jewish humour, but I don't know exactly what it is. What's Jewish humour?
I really don't know. I don't know what it is. I know that there's a lot of Jews in comedy.
There's themes to Jewish humour that you could probably cite. Neuroses.
Don't you see the rest of the country looks upon New York like we're left-wing communist, Jewish, homosexual pornographers? I think of us that way sometimes, and I live here.
There's a lot of complaining, I guess. Being dealt a bad hand. It's tevya, isn't it? The weight of the world on your shoulders.
Fantastic,
complaining. Yeah. I think it's a lot of that.
And my parents really didn't like me. They told me I was Jewish on Christmas morning, and they just wake up, you're Jewish! Empty stocking. But
there's also a certain rhythm, I think, to the way that Jews talk that might be funny.
Every Jewish woman wants to think she looks Hawaiian. Don't I look Hawaiian? People say I look French. I think I look Dutch. Do I look Spanish? You look Jewish, you dreck yente, that's what you look.
Well, Yiddish is funny already.
Yeah,
I wanted to learn Yiddish because the words...
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's a great language.
Yeah.
There's like a jazz to it.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you listen to Lenny Bruce's albums, there's a jazz to the way he talks.
I grew up loving the Marx Brothers, and actually got a picture of Groucho. And there's such an amazing quote. He said when he was 80 years old, he said, I'm going to Iowa for an award, then I'm appearing at Carnegie Hall, it's sold out, and then I fly to France to be honoured by the French president. I'd give it all up for one erection. Isn't that great? 80 years old.
Yeah, the culture of Jews being funny comes out of the I guess some kind of oppression, because oppression would lead to humor, would it not? When you're in a terrible situation, the only thing you could do is be funny.
Excuse me. Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?
You want to check my penis?
Okay.
Huh? Is that what you want to do?
My real question is,
Yeah,
what were
is
you
your real
whistling?
question?
Yeah, what were you whistling?
Hello, Dolly?
No, it was Wagner.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
You,
it's a
sir,
major
with $100.
I want to know what a Jew is whistling Wagner
Do you
for
wanna
when he
know?
was one of the great anti-Semites of the world. You know what you are?
What am I?
You're a self-loathing Jew.
Am I?
Oh,
Well,
yes,
let me tell you something.
Jewish.
I do hate myself,
yes.
but it has nothing to do with being Jewish. Okay.
Hello, mình xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh YouTube của mình trong buổi sáng ngày hôm nay. Xin cảm ơn các bạn đã dành thời gian quan tâm và theo dõi đến kênh của mình. Trong cái video lần này, mình cũng muốn giới thiệu với các bạn một sản phẩm làm từ lá cây. Đó chính là một chiếc nón mình đang cầm trên tay đây. Theo các bạn quan sát, có thấy không ạ? Với những chiếc nón này, để mình cũng giới thiệu với tất cả các bạn là 100% làm bằng những cái chiếc lá của cây cọ. Đấy. Và những cái khung xương của bằng những cây mây, kèm theo và những cái sợi chỉ cước rất chi là chắc, rất chi là bền. Đấy. Như các bạn quan sát trong video, làm được hình xoáy chôn ốc từ lá nọ xếp lá kia đan chéo với nhau để khi chúng ta đội trên đầu để nước mưa sẽ không thể làm ướt đầu chúng ta được, nên một chiếc nón này rất chi là đẹp. Đấy, theo các bạn quan sát trong video. Đó chính là những chiếc nón được làm trần xì, bên ngoài là màu trắng từ những chiếc lá cọ các bạn nhé, và dưới cạp và vành nón được làm bằng màu đỏ như các bạn quan sát trong video đây. Đấy, thế mà tổng cái đường kính của một chiếc nón này, như mình sẽ đo thử cho các bạn xem đường kính của chiếc nón này nó là rộng bao nhiêu. Đấy, tổng đường kính của chiếc nón này là rộng 43 phân các bạn nhé. Đấy, tổng đường kính là rộng 43 phân. Đấy, như các bạn trước hết là các bạn quan sát trong video này để mình giới thiệu cho các bạn, để các bạn xem những chiếc nón này nó như thế nào, thì đây mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn sau. Đầu tiên như các bạn quan sát trong video, đấy, trên chúp nón đấy là đã làm cho chúng ta được 1 2 3 4 5 những cái chiếc cánh hoa tựa như một cái bông hoa hồng trên trong nòng của nón và trên đỉnh chúp nón, rất chi là đẹp. Các bạn có thấy không ạ, được tô bằng màu đỏ mà giấy ta. Đấy, nên rất có sự thẩm mỹ. Đấy, và sẽ làm cho chúng ta nguyên liệu thì được làm từ bằng những cái khung xương của cái cây mây. Các bạn cũng biết cây mây rồi chứ ạ. Đấy, làm từ những cây mây thì các bạn đếm đến đây nhé, từ bé cho đến lớn. Đó, từ bé đến lớn thì các bạn xem vòng bé nhất nó chỉ có độ đường kính 3 phân thôi. Đấy, thì có thấy kỳ công không ạ? Đấy, thì vòng to thì sẽ lên 5 phân, và vòng nữa thì đã lên 10 phân, và lên 15 phân đến 20 phân đến 30 phân đến 40 phân và cho đến 43 phân là vòng ngoài. Đấy, các bạn có thấy không? Thì các bạn thử đếm cùng mình xem nó là được bao nhiêu vòng, thì tốn bao nhiêu công sức của một người làm ra một chiếc nón này nhé. Đấy, như vòng trong đây các bạn đếm, đây là một vòng, đến vòng thứ hai, đến vòng thứ ba, đến vòng thứ 4, đến vòng thứ 5, đến vòng thứ 6, đến vòng thứ 7, đến vòng thứ 8, đến vòng thứ 9, đến vòng thứ 10, đến vòng thứ 11, đến vòng thứ 12, đến vòng thứ 13, đến vòng thứ 14 và vòng thứ 15 là kết thúc của một chiếc cạp